Well, congratulations to Vandy on the win. Anders is a good friend of mine, and he's doing a great job getting that program going at Vanderbilt. Huge appreciation to our crowd. What a great atmosphere we had in Diddle Arena. I've dreamt of having atmospheres like that for women's volleyball here. And although we came out on the wrong end of it, I certainly think it was still an enjoyable experience for a fan to watch. A lot of high-level athleticism. But we're just simply not ready to win a match like this yet. I keep talking about us growing up, and it's just going to take time, whether I like it or not, and I don't like it. Let me be clear. But it's going to take time, and the difference in the match, if you're looking for your story, the difference in the match was from the service line. It wasn't even close. I talked about it before the game, and a team that has the weapons that Vanderbilt has, you have to serve the ball aggressively and you have to be in the court. And we did neither of those things. We either served free balls or jacked it out of bounds by 12 feet. And so, you can't win. Vanderbilt missed a lot of serves too, but Vanderbilt kept consistent pressure on us. So when you look at the box score, you see our middle hitters, and that's where it shows up. That's where it really shows up, because our middle hitters hit really well tonight. What that means is when we were in system and we were able to get them the ball, we could score. But Vanderbilt served aggressive enough to keep us out of system. And if you look at our pin players, they all performed really poorly because they were in such bad situations. When you look at Vanderbilt, up and down their lineup, they were hitting 300. They got whatever they wanted because we just didn't apply enough service pressure. And that's unfortunate because our kids fought, and the teams are very similar. They're both really talented and can do a lot of things, but this one is not a hard one to dissect. It's as simple as what went on at the service line. Questions?
We're evaluating the service line. How much of it is mental versus technical as a coach when you're looking at what happened tonight at the service line?
Oh, it's mental, but let me be clear. I don't mince words when I talk to our team. And volleyball in a game of volleyball, serving is the only thing that you can work on all by yourself. Everything else, if you want to pass, hit, block, whatever else you want to do, you got to have somebody in the gym with you. Serving is free throw shooting. Okay, serving is a closed loop chain. You got the ball, the game stopped, go through your routine and cut it loose. And great free throw shooters are the ones that spend the time, in the gym free throw shooting. And I talked to our team about it, and we have certain kids that'll go in there, but the lesson they don't understand is it's not how much time you spend in the gym, it's what kind of time you spend in the gym. If you don't serve with pressure on you, if you don't serve it at a certain pace, then when you get in a game and you're being asked to do that, then you're uncomfortable, and when you're uncomfortable, you're unconfident, and when you're unconfident, then you're going to do that. And so it's I love to sit in here and put it on my shoulders, but this is one that I would believe the members of our team would say they have to carry a lot of responsibility for as well. Ultimately, I tell our setters this all the time. It's not always your fault, but it is your responsibility. And this certainly is my responsibility to get done. But we only have. This is the other thing I talk about with serving. Like, our sport is unique in that we come in and we practice. We have a really short amount of time and we're playing games. So the amount of practice time we have to spend doing team-oriented things. And so you're kind of tasking them with spending the time to get in there and get shots up, if you will. And this is not new. I said at Monday at press, that we're one of the worst serving teams in the country right now, and it's evident. And it killed us in a match like this one.
Coach, you talk about from the service line, but a little bit of a difference maker. This one was also serve-receive. You have Cheney who's going up there every single time, and you can't really sit back and just pray that she misses it.
No.
She's hit or miss, but
yeah, again, she is a hit or miss kid, and tonight she was in rhythm, and she was hitting it well, and a lot of the balls she served were difficult. You need a third passer back there in those rotations, but they happened to catch us. In the first set, we had 3, if you remember, and in the third set, we had 3. In that second set, they caught us in a rotation where we could only have 2 back there, and she really executed. But, everything we talk about tonight will be involving the serve and pass part of the game, and they did it better than we did, plain and simple.
I guess another thing that you one of the big keys to just the game of volleyball is you want to get your opponent out of system as much as possible. You did touch on it, but they were mainly in system, people were mainly out of system, and over time, that does kind of wear the team down.
Yeah, and it's incredible that you look at the scores that we were in at every set. Like, we were right there with a chance to win every set because we're really good. I keep saying this over and over. We have a really special team. They don't understand what it takes to win at the highest level. It was the nuances of the game that hurt us tonight. It was serving, it was out-of-system setting. Like, when we would get a bad first contact, that second contact has got to better the ball and put us in a position to still be able to take a swing, and we were scrambling all over the gym, and then, it was just a kind of a chain of events there. And so it's just, young players just don't understand how simple the things are that win at a high level are. It's like when you get to this level, everybody can play, and what separates you from the people beside you goes right back to those very basic fundamentals of pass, serve most every night. And Vanderbilt did that better than we did today.
When you talk about their play at the net, Vanderbilt's.
Yeah, they're just so physical. They're Faith Young is not the most physical blocking middle in the country. She's a really good offensive middle. Faith hit 417 tonight, but, she didn't have any blocks. And there's only one way to counteract their physicality at the net, and that's to be disruptive to them, to put them in scramble mode a little bit. And that's what we had to do. That's what we knew we had to do, and that's what we failed to do. And, I said pregame when I was in here talking to people, we're not going to win the physicality matchup in this one. And we're a pretty physical team, but we're not going to win the physicality matchup. And, and this was a big stage for a lot of young players. Kyra Knox, we needed Kyra Knox to be really good tonight, and she couldn't really ever kind of get going and find her rhythm, and she looked just unsure, as most freshmen do the first time they're in a situation like this. And so I believe in her at the highest level, and I know what her future holds, and this is the kind of thing that she definitely needs to go through to be better with it moving forward.
You said before the year you thought defensively you were a little bit further ahead, and offensively, I think it kind of showed tonight. And blocking wise, floor defense, we weren't great defensively tonight, but again, the tone setter defensively is what you do from the service line. That is the tone setter. You dictate how the flow of that play is going to go by what you do with first contact. And obviously, Vandy hit 321 tonight. We can't win, when we're allowing our opponent to do that. So, it's a tough lesson. It's a hard lesson to learn, but it's, again, maybe I'm the one that has to come to grips with the fact that this young group is just going to have to go through it a few times, to understand it, because there was no lack of effort. Our team was fired up and ready to play, and great atmosphere, and we fought till we were dead in that third set on the scoreboard, but we never died and fought all the way back and got within, the 1 point and gave ourselves a chance. So I have no issue with the fight of our team. I just got to find a way to get them to understand that it takes more than that. Like, everybody fights hard. Everybody's talented. You have to do little things that give you a chance to win. And tonight we didn't do that.
Coach, can you kind of talk more? You touched on it a little bit, but the environment, the crowd, the students.
It was awesome, wasn't it? Great atmosphere for volleyball. And like I said, we've kind of spoiled them around here where they think we win every night. And we're not going to win every single night. But like I said, how could you... there's nobody more disappointed than me, but how could you not be entertained by what was going on in Diddle Arena? The energy level in there. Men's basketball brings a lot of energy to Diddle Arena, but outside of what they're doing in a packed Diddle Arena, that's about as energetic as you'll see this building, and it's great to see. I hope our fans recognize how talented we are. And will stay with us here, you know, as we get through some of these growing pains. You know, I said something this morning to our staff, and it kind of blew everybody's mind. You know, we've played in 3 weekends so far, 3 weekend tournaments, and there's an all-tournament team in each of those weekends. Okay, and Western Kentucky has not had a junior or a senior represented on an all-tournament team in the first 3 weeks. Every kid that has received those accolades has been a freshman and a sophomore. We're just so incredibly young. But I love this team, and I hope our crowds will stick around and see this thing through, because they're great kids, and they want to be good. They just don't quite understand what it takes yet, and hopefully tonight will be a good lesson to move us in that direction.
All right,